Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. So on the south side is the Nor Eclipse Koal. We got Jonrarara. Yeah, that's it. I misspoke my cadence there, so it sort of came out a little bit wild there. As well on the north side is the... what is this? Oh, Amber Blossom. Is that a new color, or is that... this doesn't seem familiar. Amber Blossom Sami, we got Scandalous. Sorry, I thought of the old cartoon known as Recess. That's whenever I see that word, I think of that. Either way, let's get started. This map is, of course, a triple base map, one airport. Sami, of course, gets 10% less firepower on said airport and said ground vehicles, but her teacup at least be a little bit more mobile. And maybe she can utilize a black boat or a lander here. Probably not. I not think I've seen once a black boat, let alone a lander for this map. But maybe... wait, no. I don't think the plus one move range is needed for that as well. APC is quite common though. And sort of hard to tell, but Koal has gone for a tank. I always like to see Koal. I always root for Koal to play, since Koal may be one of the worst seals in the game. Players probably would argue Flak or Jugger would probably be worse. But honestly, I sort of think Koal could be the worst, since Koal gets largely overshadowed by Adder, because having two movement costs, 2-star cost for the power is far more useful. The trade-off is the Koal does get additional firepower bonuses when attacking from roads, which is nice, but something you should try to avoid and begin with. Koal has gone for double recon and a tank, and has gone for a T-copter now. Pretty early T-copter, isn't this? Doesn't the capture there? Does spot the... is that going away? I actually don't have had this issue before. Give one moment. Day 8. Index 14. I'm going to just do a refresh. And I think everything's good. I don't think I've actually had that pop up there. I think I see that quite a lot in Ming's videos. But that's the first time it ever popped up for me. So am I doing something right then? And the way we got another tank deployed in the field, we got artillery and recon over here. Again. Recon pushed forward. Okay, it disappeared this time. I'm going to just leave it be. Could it be... it might be the Amber Blossom, since I haven't really cast much of Amber Blossom. I wonder if Amber Blossom's causing that. That'll be my next strategy. If that pops again, it doesn't want to go away, I'll switch Sami's color. That's my guess. Sorry. Sorry for the weird things that popped up. Do not have the mech deployed on the field. And a battle captured by Sami. -10% firepower is not too bad. She's going to have to deal with -10% firepower for everything. Though it will be -0% when we reach her here. And why can't I highlight that? I swear, sometimes I find invisible boxes like... wait, that box that came pop up is still there. Look, that's roughly the width of the box. Sorry. Let's just ignore the fact, and I'll just try to mouse over stuff and not notice the minor little bugs that are popping up that is really not important to cover when casting. Got another tank and recon there. So we've got, what, triple recon now? Yeah, triple recon, 3 tanks versus 1 tank artillery, battlecopter, and recon, and 1 mech. Koal can make use of the mech since he also gets +1 move range. I don't know why, for the longest time I can never tell if he's a boy or girl. I think he's based off as a Chinese person. Howdy. Like I said, danger, danger, danger. That's clearly the Australian, I think you have more than Steve Irwin that says that. Recon push away forward. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, there is a 12-hour time difference here. So it's probably 4 AM for you, barring daylight savings and all that sort, isn't it? You're waking up early, aren't you? And then Australia probably does have more than one time zone. The only one Australian I did talk to in the past was a Callum from General's Gentleman about a couple things for my Company Heroes 2 mod. Artillery battlecopter. And so our time zone difference was 12 hours, which was pretty easy to coordinate with each other. Since I'm a morning person, or more likely to be a morning person, it works great for, well, anybody who's not a morning person. Don't know if he's a morning person or not. You are QLD, I'm guessing it's the time zone. So 6 AM, got it. I can't tell you if that's east or west coast. Does interrupt the capture... Wait, no. Oh, I can't highlight that because that box popped up there. Let's see, 4 capture progress, so that does not interrupt the capture since there's 5 capture progress remaining. Boy, the fact that I can't highlight stuff due to that bug is actually becoming a bit of a problem. Because now I have to do math in my head when it comes to Sami. We got a fair amount of infantry and tank up there. Does hit the infantry down south, fully stopping that capture. The artillery is on top of the forest. And got a number of recons here with a pair of tanks. Mech is a ranged tank, but the tank should have vision of the mech, so you can run away. Against the Sami mech, you should run away. And he does spot... There's that air there. Alright, day 12. Sorry, that air's been popping up. I'm going to swap out Sami for a similar orange color. Brown should work for now. Hopefully that will prevent that from being bugged up again. My apologies. I tried to keep the players' colors that they selected. And yet the air didn't pop up there. So I think there's something wrong with the, what's it called again? Amber Blossom. Does... Or maybe not. Let's see if it goes away if I do some clicks. Takes out the T-copter there. Capture a property, loads a T-copter. Oh, if I click on it, it goes away. Got it. I'm an idiot. Oops, that's the person's name. Revert back there and voila. I am an idiot. Whenever error pop up, I try not to click on stuff. But apparently clicking on it does work. What a first day to do a cast, or first cast of the day. Battlecopter does strike the recon, plenty of targets there. Anti-air is pretty far away. Both players' power does cost 1 or cost the same amount. And both effectively get +1 movement range. Well, Sami gets +1 movement range on our infantry, the more important part for her. Well, of course, Koal gets +1 movement range for everything. So quite similar in that aspect. Also very not similar whatsoever. Battlecopter, tank, infantry, infantry. And does get a strike down infantry unit there. Sami, no way Sami powers. I'm not sure what you're referring to. My apologies. Does get a good shot there. Infantry hit does hit infantry. Finish it off. Got a bit of a road bonus there. For whatever that's worth. Does hit the mech with a good amount of damage. Tank can get a good counterattack, but there's too many tanks there. Battlecopter nearby. The front line's starting to smash each other over here. True. I have seen double time occasionally be used to full. But the thing is, well, when it comes also to her victory march, if you can't get enough stuff to capture, maybe it's a good idea to just pop the power in for a combat bonus. Koal right now is getting some great momentum down south, that's for sure. Sami's almost pushed off in this entire flank. The battlecopter needs to come down south. There's a tank right there behind her face. But right now, Sami does need us help stabilize the region. Maybe medium tank could be quite useful for that. She has 26,000, so she could die for full neo tank. Takes out the T-copter. Hits the recon, spots the anti-air, but will not be able to range it, so one of the battlecopters are likely to go on down, and we could see a trail of woe being put on the field. which for most part only should really eye for the power if unless you need the superpowers to range. There is a Neo tank. But a trailer wheel could be used for the combat bonuses. It all depends how many units along roads this tank will be hit. Oh, infantry don't need to worry about the bonus damage from roads all too much. Activates the force march there for plus 1 movement range and plus 10% additional firepower from roads. So gap plus should be spent there. Of course, a plus 10 plus 7 activating your power. Tank's taking a fair amount of damage. To overcome the 3-star defense of the comm tower. Anti-air will strike the battlecopter. Probably could have got that before launching the power to get a bit additional power charge. Anti-air, tank, and recon. And there's a double time. So let's see how well the double time does. Hits that infantry unit there, does pick it off. 5 health tank can strike the 2 health tank there. Does actually try to double tap that anti-air. Rig falls back, or APC. Does not take out the tank there. Battlecopter on battlecopter. Does. Some other reason it's not getting as much firepower benefits I would expect. Artillery, mech, straightforward. Yeah. Sami super is far weaker and fog where you need potential see vision all potential captures. That's understandable, but still probably worth a gamble to try to sack a 1 health infantry unit to capture a property. Not 1 health, just a infantry unit there. Battlecopter, tank, infantry, and tank. Sami ends the turn of 126,000. Koal starts the turn with 95, so Koal is about over a turn behind. It felt like both players' power was not very useful. Of course, Koal can get another power relatively soon. Sami has enough for, almost has enough for another power, just needs a tiny bit more funding there. Now the artillery is in range of the Neo tank. Does get some picks there. Artillery does strike the tank there. Go away. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. Man, it's so hard to tell the properties. Nor Eclipse being extra black hole. Hard to see stuff. And she does have enough for another double time, but don't think she really should use it. I can see it being useful for allowing a bunch of mechs sprint their way forward, which is simply not the case. Artillery gets a great strike on the Neo tank. Get some good picks there. And man, it's been a bit of a brawl in the center of the map. We do have another Trail of Woe available. Infantry, battlecopter, tank, and tank. Bold Trail of Woe. I wonder if Koal's going to sack his Neo tank on the Neo tank. Does take out that unit there. Neo tank strikes the artillery, does not knock it out, even with a road bonus. A diminished road bonus. Recon, straight forward, strikes the infantry unit down there. Have to pick off those 1 infantry units there, or else they could just be forced march and capture something. Such as HQ, which only has a 1 health cruiser there, so that can easily result in a loss with a victory march. Because I think a regular tank should have no problem dealing with that. Does finish off the recon there. Units falling back. It may be actually worth to delete the cruiser and put a full health infantry unit there just to have a little bit extra protection. Be a bit more difficult deal for one full health infantry unit than a 1 health cruiser. Because you also get full benefits of the defense stars. I'm pretty sure the cruiser does benefit from the defense stars of the HQ. Nope, 1 health lost the duel there. When it comes to capturing 25,000 versus 24,000, almost is enough for a victory march. Battlecopter, artillery, recon, and recon. And Koal goes for a full bomber. And right now, Sami has no anti-air, no counter to it whatsoever. Only thing technically is a 1 health cruiser. There is a... Go away. Go away. There is a 4 health infantry unit there in front of the cruiser, making a little bit more of a meat shield there. Go. Oh. Stop. I don't know why that keeps on popping up. We may see a victory march. It all depends to get us power charge. She may wait and prep for this turn and try to get multiple captures going at once. Interrupts that capture down south. New tank strike regular tank there. It's the tank there. A lot of units have already moved this turn, or there's actually not too many of them on the field, just 7. Let's get some picks there. Paul just needs to set up for a victory march next turn, and maybe try to go for HQ capture. Go for the win if possible. There is infantry units nearby. Are they actually close enough? They'll get close to moon range, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4... Excuse me, 5. Nope, they're not close enough. Though, could perhaps either... Calm tower there. Does get a nice little pick there. Does spot the Neo tank. This Neo tank may want to fall back to a C, just get a little bit extra health to help deal with all the Neo tank. 6 health is not a really good chance to do a duel with a full health Neo tank, but 8 health is manageable. Anti-air tank, though bomber could be quite nice. There is an anti-air now on the field for Sami. Deletes the cruiser and puts the Neo tank there. That's going to be very hard to displace with a victory march. After all, it does have 4 defense stars minus 40%, which is still a fair amount. Oh! Double time. I'm so surprised it's double time rather than super. I thought she would just set up for a good super. But she's gone for a double time once again. She still does retain a large power charge here if you look. It's behind all the text, but 54,000 out of 100. So she still has halfway there to her next super. She's probably trying to eye for the HQ capture there. That's probably her plan. She is going to try to go with the HQ capture. Artillery's in range, but at least in range of the tank and infantry unit there. Vision range is another matter, though. Does strike that tank there. And there's another Trail of Woe, which will put the bomber to right there. So we'll be out of range. Well, can hit a couple tanks there. Goes for a full Trail of Woe. Could have just gone for a Forest March to help hit those tanks in the center. But counterattack here. 8 health tank does strike the Neo tank. And with a road bonus as well. Bomber will strike a regular tank there. Battlecopter strikes regular tank. No road bonus. This is a broken pipe scene. What precisely double time does? Just gonna pull this on my screen. Double time precisely. Foot soldiers get +1 movement range, and their attack increased to 50% from 30%. So it's basically a sprint for the infantry. It's honestly a little bit on the expensive side, but we'll combine her day to day. The +1 movement range does help out with capturing. Looks like Koal's Neo tank is getting hit pretty hard. Artillery getting in range. We have a 1 health tank left on the HQ. Make that now a 0 health tank. Couple anti-airs here. 1 bomber. if Koal's able to deal with one anti-air, be in a good position. But right now, Koal's pretty far behind. 148 versus 89. So Koal's about 2 turns behind. That actually over 2 turns behind. This is getting to the point where he is really starting to hurt. Bomber does strike there. Has no vision anti-air who's in range, but the bomber is on top of the HQ. Doesn't get any defense stars, but at least make it very hard to capture. But the anti-air should be able to one-shot it. We'll get pretty close. A couple of those last attacks were involved in the plus move range with the infantry unit there. Tank, anti-air, infantry, and battlecopter. Anti-air does not take out the bomber. Sami's less firepower did come in pain there. Because if I were to fix